Hey everybody, Lee Bourne here coming to you with your Thursday holiday weekend weather outlook and the monsoon here trying to make a little appearance for us on this Thursday as dew point temperatures have jumped up over the last 24 hours. Some moisture seeping into the region out of the south. And sitting here at my desk, and I wanted to try to show you a couple things off my desktop. If we go right on over here, and firstly, we're looking at the Arizona satellite on this Thursday afternoon. Notice everything kind of coming in out of the south, a little bit of moisture. It's not looking overly impressive with the monsoon moisture to the south, but nonetheless, some making its way in. You can see a few showers and thunderstorms popping off along our southern border and a little bit of moisture making its way into northern Arizona. Dew points have jumped up from the 20-degree range to now into the 40s, and we'll continue with this little weak monsoon flow at least into tomorrow. Taking a look at the radar right now. Let's see if we can blow this up a little, which I can't. I was trying to zoom in on this. Might be difficult to see, but a few showers and thunderstorms out here over the reservation. And but for the most part, pretty quiet across northern and central Arizona, which should pick up a little bit here, even in the Thursday night into Friday before we dry things out. And I want to just talk a little bit about monsoon patterns here and what we're looking for with the monsoon, the season within the season, and made these little couple graphics here where most of the year in the westerlies that goes on from fall through early summer, and that's when all of our storm energy is coming in off the Pacific Ocean and everything moves from west to east, and it's just been persistent all the way through June with an area low pressure hanging out up around the Pacific Northwest and the Great Basin. That brings us the strong westerly winds that we experience here during the spring. What we want to see happen here, and which will happen as we build into the monsoon, is this whole storm track retreat off to the north, and these high pressures build in. It's actually the Bermuda high pressure that builds in all the way from the east coast across the Central Plains and into the Four Corners region, and when that finally sets up, we start to get our flow changing from westerly to southerly overall, bringing in moisture off the Gulf of Mexico and out of the Gulf of California. And that is by definition the monsoon, a seasonal wind shift. And that's when we move into our rainy season. Okay, back over to a couple graphics on my computer. I want to just show you a model here. If you could just bear with me. Here's today, huge low pressure in the Pacific Northwest, but this high pressure building in off Arizona and southerly flow developing. And if I click through, here's tomorrow, Friday, total southeasterly flow, which is going to increase our moisture over the next couple days. But watch what happens as I keep clicking through. We kind of go back to another kind of westerly flow with this westerlies picking up through the Great Basin into next week, so we dry things out. But then here is the classic monsoon setup, this huge high pressure setting up right along the Four Corners, and models are progging that to happen the second week of July around the 11th, 12th, 13th. So hoping that goes down. And if I switch over to the models here, and we're looking at dew points now, and now notice our dew points here today in the 40s, and just notice the blues into tomorrow and the blue, and there are dew points in the 40s and 50s. And then as we get into the weekend and late in the weekend, see the reds. This is all the dry air moving in, and then there's a brief little monsoon push next Tuesday, Wednesday, then more dry air, and then we get way out, as I mentioned, around here we are, like the 12th, 13th time frame, and that's some monsoon moisture. And so more model stuff, we're looking at tomorrow with some generated precipitation. The green models generating quarter inch of some possible rainfall for Arizona tomorrow. Then Saturday we dry out, and Sunday and next week. Notice there's this little push of rain here. We're looking at the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, mainly across eastern Arizona. And if we keep going out into the future, we dry out once again. And then finally, as we get way out in the models here around the 13th and 14th, we start to see some actual wetting rainfall. Okay, so for the forecast part of this whole thing, back to here, just throw up the forecast, and I think we have chances for some light rainfall tonight and some weak showers and thunderstorms Friday. And then over the weekend, we dry things out for the 4th, and temperatures warm up here in Flagstaff. We're in the mid 80s in the next week, and hoping for after next week, hopefully the monsoon shows up in around the 13th or so. And that's what we're looking at right now. All right. I hope you have a great 4th of July and a safe weekend. And we'll be checking in with you next week and hopefully talking some monsoon.